presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are Arizona.
Beautiful day, although the state of Arizona looks gorgeous as we take a look around the desert. It is hot, so we come indoors here at Chase Field. It's game 2 of a 3-game series with the New York Mets trying to climb to the top of the National League Eastern Division, going head-to-head with the Diamondbacks. Big win last night. All the action is on Fox Sports Arizona. And we come down on the diamond. Hello there, folks. He is Mark Grace, hitting coach Jack Howell. My name is Darren Sutton. And Jack, we have seen with Kirk Gibson stepping in as manager, a little bit of a different approach. Kirk's been open about it, talking about more protection with 2 strikes, lengthening out at bats. We've seen guys buy in early. Can you kind of describe, let's pick a guy, let's say Mark Reynolds, who had a great at-bat with that triple last night, some of the things daily now you work with Mark?
Yeah, I think the thing is that obviously with the change, front office as well as Gibby said that, we do a lot of things really good offensively, but is there any way we can cut down on the strikeouts? Whether that means just putting the ball in play, making things happen, or, whatever that might mean. And so we spent a lot of time. I talked to the hitters about it. I talked about some of the things you can do physically, shortening up, crowding the plate, go into battle mode more or less, not just kind of give the at-bat away or give into it, but keep battling. So we talked about that was the approach part. And then the mental part, I think we went through a phase where you might have saw it a little over a week ago, right leading up to the break. You could just tell they were like afraid to strike out.
Right.
The 2-strike approach, it wasn't good. So I had another meeting with them in San Diego and just said, okay, we talked a little bit about the physical things you can do. Listen, I'm not talking about going up there with 2 strikes and just saying, oh, please don't strike. That's not what I'm talking about. So let's change it a little bit. Let's have maybe a little bit better approach, and let's just work on getting hits.
In a season that's win-loss-wise that's disappointing, what are some of the things, and who are some of the guys that have made you proud to be the pitching coach this year, or hitting coach this year?
Obviously, Johnson's a guy that, came over from a club, was kind of looking for a job, and right from spring training said, here's the things I think I need to work on, and just has been a guy that we've just worked and worked and worked. And then, of course, CY. And I don't you've not heard me take a lot of credit. I give him most of the credit. When he went down to AAA last year after being sent down, that's a humbling thing. He struggled so much last year, man, and we tried so many different things, and it was such a struggle. He gets sent down. He worked on it. The off season, he worked his butt off, and then came to spring training this year and just had a game plan and stuck with it. Like I said, I've not done much, but really kind of stay out of the way, do the little things he's asked me to do, and just a lot of credit goes to him. So probably that would be the one that, just to see a guy go through what he did and having such a great season so far.
Well, Jack, thanks, and we appreciate it. We're going to keep you here in just a moment after the break. We're going to hear from Jack in about the first inning on how to hit the knuckleball, but keep it up. We know you've been grinding with your guys, and we really appreciate you standing down here by the batting cage as we get you set. The New York Mets going head-to-head with the Arizona Diamondbacks. As we said, R.A. Dickey is on the mound. Tom Candiotti, our resident knuckleball expert, will help us understand how to throw it. How do you hit it? Well, we'll have Jack come back and help us with that. Baseball is next on Fox Sports Arizona.
dugout. Jody Jackson with you. And so R.A. Dickey, 5 years ago, found the knuckleball to revive his career. Tom Candiotti, our resident knuckleballer, we asked him how to throw the knuckleball. It's our Geico quote of the game.
Underneath this horseshoe of the ball, they call it, you put your 2 nails right here. It's not a knuckle, but it's actually a fingernail ball or fingertip ball. And then I put a little bit of my third one right here. And then you press it back into your hand. So you have a lot of pressure on this part of your hand right here. Nails in the palm, and then you try to wrap your thumb. So see, there's no seams involved in it here. And now when you get ready to throw the ball, you go through your normal windup, but just like any other pitcher, you want to keep your fingers on top of the ball. And as you throw it, this part of your wrist locks up a little bit. This is pretty taut. And as you throw the ball, you're pushing out with your fingers like that, and that ball should have little or no spin at all.
Well, looks awfully difficult. Takes time to perfect. How will the Diamondbacks fare against the knuckleballer? We'll see. Can they win 2 straight tonight against the New York Mets? We'll find out. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace with the call of the game coming up next.
This step onto a big league field, run to the mound. Double-A was where he was pitching just about a month ago. The right-hander now in the major leagues for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And for the New York Mets, they hope that their time in the major leagues moves them closer to the top. Boy, they are really getting their lunch on this road trip. Jerry Manuel's club is scuffling. Jose Reyes, Angel Pagan, David Wright to lead things off. Gracie and I, glad you're with us tonight. And we go to work. First pitch, fastball, strike one. We are underway downtown Phoenix, Arizona, here at Chase Field.
Show bunt there. Try to bring Mark Reynolds in from third base and try to swat it by him on this pitch.
Reynolds is on the cut of the grass now. 2 steps in. He goes the other way, but he's late on it. And it's lifted up into the seats. As we mentioned, the numbers delivered by the UPS store. 24-year-old right-hander. 3 starts, 1 and 2 with a 3.45 ERA. Last time out against Florida, 5 innings, 2 runs, but it was a 2-0 loss. Won his major league debut in beating the St. Louis Cardinals. Line drive, center field, base hit. Reyes is on. Reyes is on with 19 stolen bases. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup, top to bottom. We mentioned Pagan having a very special year. David Wright, homers up again this year. Carlos Beltran finally healthy back in there last night. Local product, Ike Davis out of Chaparral and Arizona State. It's Bay, Tolley, Castillo, and R.A. Dickey knuckleballer, if you haven't heard by now. We were talking about last night, Jeff Francoeur with Beltran returning, kind of being the odd man out. Francoeur has never, and I mean ever, been a guy that has played off the bench in his career. He's getting used to it, and the reason he is this man, Angel Pagan. Hitting .347 over his last 12 games. And with the runners on this year, hitting over .350. Oh, and 1 the count. Pagan last night was 1 for 4 with an RBI and a strikeout. Again, Reynolds way in at third. Breaking ball out front. Remind us of the stuff thrown by Barry Enright.
Well, he's got a little bit of everything, Darren. He's got a fastball, a curveball, a changeup, and a slider. He's got all 4. I would say his best off-speed pitch is probably his curveball. This is his second 0-2 count and 2 batters. He threw a fastball in that Jose Reyes rifled into center field. Let's see if he thinks the same way again or if he goes with something else.
Ran that one in like a slider.
That's a pair of bad 0-2 pitches.
Well, that got a lot of home plate. You can see where Snyder had set up. That was a slider, but a slider in. Explain it. Former left-handed hitter. It's a risky pitch to throw, isn't it?
Well, you can see Snyder wants it in, but I would imagine Snyder wants it down and in. He wants it down into the dirt, not belt high or thigh high. So that's a couple of mistakes now that Enright has made on 0-2. These hitters up here can hit those pitches.
So now he finds himself seeking a double play. He has rolled up a pair in his 3 starts, but he faces David Wright. So back-to-back singles for Reyes and Pagan. And as we mentioned, these Mets scrapping and scraping a bit. The last thing Arizona wants to be a part of is seeing them get back on track. Line drive, is it 2? No. Very close as Johnson raced over to the bag. Wright is erased. That's a big out. He hit it hard, though, right at Mark Reynolds.
Awfully close, but a good call there by Brian Knight, the second base umpire. Well, that's a very fortunate out right there. A bullet right at his buddy Mark Reynolds, but David Wright is retired for 1 big out.
The Mets now, since the All-Star break, 4 for their last 23 with runners in scoring position. They were fortunate to win 1 in 4 games in San Francisco. And the Diamondbacks hammered them last night. You can't lean on those numbers, though. These are, as you said, guys that are real and real dangerous hitters here in the big leagues, including this man, healthy, back last night, finding himself off the disabled list. They're having minor knee surgery to the start of 2010, Carlos Beltran. Hits the corner, 1-1 the count. To Beltran. And we talk about those struggles. The Mets were 1 of 6 last night with runners in scoring position. They just can't, even a little bit before the break, not doing much hitting. They've got 2 hits here in the inning. Enright finds himself seeking a ground ball from Beltran. Difficult to do with a big uppercut. The one thing I think that we both have liked about Enright is his ability to kind of be unfazed after making the bounce from Double-A, not Triple-A, but from Double-A.
You know, these are guys he probably grew up watching, maybe dreaming about facing. Probably didn't envision it being 2010, but here he is.
Pitches down and in. That's where he wanted that slider before,
exactly
isn't
right.
it?
Yes. He wanted it down there on 0-2.
Yeah, that's surgery for Beltran. Right knee. It was back in January. 5 of 16, and he is a career mauler of the Diamondbacks. 350 in his career against Arizona, with a homer about every 12 at bats. Breaking ball is low. 3-1 the count. That was a curveball. He throws the slider. You see the difference of about 8 miles an hour. Born in Stockton, California, St. Mary's High School. Won 35 games in 3 seasons at Pepperdine. Look at that hat. It's getting a darker red already. Fastball walked him. So he would not bite. Defensively, let's take a look at how the Diamondbacks stack up. Parra, Young, Upton, that's the outfield. Infield, Reynolds, Drew, Johnson, LaRoche cleaning things up over there, and Chris Snyder behind the plate. With Barry Enright, the outfielders have been more busy when he has been in the big leagues. A fly ball out pitcher.
Well, we're about to find out just what kind of intestinal fortitude he's got. Bases loaded, 1 out. A fellow rookie in Ike Davis. But that's about all they have in common. This guy has had major time in the success department as that one's ripped, but foul.
There was that slider down and into a left-hand hitter again.
That's okay there, though, because if you square that pitch up, if you get it there, it's just going to be what this is, and that is a long foul ball. That pitch is probably 2 or 3 inches inside. That's tough to keep fair. But if you get it on the plate, then it's probably a double down the line.
That sign, and we spoke of it yesterday, raising awareness and funds for his fallen friend. Lost one of his good friends at a very young age. Boy, that fastball set up nicely. He went in that same locale, but it was 91 miles an hour.
Down and in this time with the fastball. Comes back. Pretty good pitch. Let's see if he can make a better 0-2 pitch this time to a left-handed hitter. He's gotten beat twice now on 0-2 pitches. This is the 3rd time. I think elevating a fastball is not a bad idea here. Try to get a swing and miss or a pop-up.
The young man out of Chaparral High School, ASU, stands on that back line. Got him. That's exactly what you talked about.
Well, what a big-time pitch.
Wow.
3 big-time pitches. And they were thinking the same thing we were, Darren, and that is elevate a fastball. That's a big-time pitch. Big-time sequence right there on Ike Davis. Now, if you're Enright, you can't relax. You got to be just as focused on Jason Bay as you were on Ike Davis.
Bay had a pair of strikeouts last night. Was 0 for 3 with a walk. Just off the plate. 1-0 the count. 6 home runs, 44 batted in for Bay. 11 home runs in his career against Arizona. A .248 hitter. But a pretty high home run ratio against the Diamondbacks. Bases full of Mets. Good run, 1-1 the count.
Right underneath the bat of Jason Bay with that good sinker. He looks unflappable out there, doesn't he?
He really has shown that. Whether it was in St. Louis with Albert Pujols staring him down, and he nibbled a lot in that game, walked 4, but gave up just the 1 run in beating the Cardinals in his big league debut. Cubs got him pretty good 3rd time through in his 2nd start. The 1-1 outside, 2-1 the count. So far, it has been righties that have had a little bit more success against this right-hander than lefties. It was the same in the minor leagues this year in Double-A. Slider gets the outside corner, 2-2.
Oh, another big-time pitch right there in a great location. Watch the glove of Snyder. It never moves. Right where he wants it on the outside corner. What a pitch. Really nothing Bay can do there except take it and hope he gets a mistake here on this pitch.
He has the option to go from the windup. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He opts to stay in the stretch.
The 2-2.
Got it. With a slider down and away and a 0 on that scoreboard.
It's pretty impressive.
Sanderson Ford, Arizona's largest Ford dealership. Southwest Airlines. Visit southwest.com. Grab your bag. It is on. Taking a peek in from right behind the on-deck circle. Chris Young. H.H. Johnson batting second in the order.
That must be hard hitting.
That's exactly what it is.
Like it.
And the knuckleballer, Robert Allen Dickey, will face top to bottom the starting 9 as penciled in by Kirk Gibson. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. We talked about CY and HH. It's Upton, LaRoche, it's Reynolds, Drew, Snyder, Parra, and Enright who can hit. There's that knuckleball dances in there. A little bit harder than your average knuckleball.
I hadn't heard this guy throws a knuckleball.
We've been talking about it, I think, since we went off the air last night. The 0-1. There it is, and it dives down and away. Now all eyes on the man behind home plate doing the catching. And one of the reasons he is here, talking about Josh Tolle, is he can handle it very well. Oh, by the way, he can hit. Young, bouncing ball, David Wright. And Ike Davis does a nice job.
I like the fact that not only does he throw a knuckleball, but he works fast.
Good numbers. I mean, it's the first time he's ever done this in the big leagues. Anything close to this.
Yeah, he had some time with Seattle. Really came out of the bullpen for the Mariners. But like you said, didn't have near the success that he's having this year.
Promoted from AAA in May. You can see the work that he has done. There's that one. Driven to right field.
That was a fastball, Darren. He will throw plenty of fastballs. He's not like Tim Wakefield where he throws about 90% knuckleballs. He'll mix in some fastballs as well.
Let's take a look at the Mets defensively. He is a ground ball pitcher when you talk about Dickey, so the infielders will be the busiest. Justin Upton gets ready to dig in against R.A. Dickey. But he was a first-round pick in 1996 out of the University of Tennessee, and he was not a knuckleball pitcher at all at that point. From the Rangers, there's a fastball, there's a strike, 0-1 to count. Used to throw about 90 miles an hour with the strong breaking ball. They offered him a nice bonus, a little bit less than $1 million.
And they found out when they were doing their research as a knuckleball floats in there, the Rangers that is, that he didn't have an ulnar collateral ligament at all in his throwing elbow. They didn't have to repair it. He didn't have one.
I hate when that happens.
So there is no Tommy John surgery to be done if you can't do any repairing. And so really quite a story. I mean, he has turned out to be a fine story with what he has been able to accomplish. Of course, that's in your elbow. That's the area where you would have that done. The 1-2. So you start as a guy who gets drafted very high. Your medical reports come back as a first-round pick that you may not even be signed. You take a much lower signing bonus, struggle and stammer for a while through things. And then you finally have your day in the sun.
Just missed on the inside corner. Dickey was on his way to his dugout. Back in the day, the hitter would tell you to get back on the mound.
Lightning bolt, David Wright nearly had that glove taken off. Right-hander R.A. Dickey, the pride of Nashville, Tennessee. Super Centers, Scottsdale Road and Loop 101. DriveTheBest.com. Wells Fargo, together we'll go far. Salt in theaters July 23rd. The Other Guys, Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg in theaters August 6th. And Gracie and I will be doing movie reviews for all of our fans in Jerome that will be watching. We say hello to all of our fans. Well, I mean, back-to-back movie titles. That's true. Caught me by surprise there. I like it. Love to go see a movie. I think on this next road trip, we need to go see Salt. Breaking ball bounces in there.
Now, the movie you need to see? The Crow. Man, that's a big-time movie. Man, bring the family, bring the girls, bring the wife. Man, they'll love The Crow.
Anyway, Josh Tolley digs in. And he takes a curveball that dives down and inside. Great story, this young man, when given the brief opportunity and a third catcher as well. And if you know baseball, many teams don't carry a third catcher, especially in place of an extra relief pitcher. As he chases high and away, those are real numbers, albeit in a small sample size, but he is 11 for 21 when he gets a chance to play. And he's even better. He walked last night as a pinch hitter. He's 5 of 6 as a pinch hitter. He's out that time.
Beautiful fastball in that time from Enright. That's 3 in a row now for the big right-hander. Just freezes right on the inside corner. Tolley knew it. And back he'll go. A rare out that he's made in the big leagues.
History tells us he'll make more.
That's true.
And you get pitches like that. Fastball is high. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. 2-0 the count to Castillo. Castillo has always been a guy, you see that on base percentage. He'll earn himself a walk. And he is really tough to strike out. Two and one the count.
Been around a while now, Luis Castillo. That started with the Florida Marlins many moons ago. He's been a steady New York Met at second base for a while now.
Outside as he looks at that one sail away. Well, it's interesting when you talk about Castillo, kind of the forgotten guy at times. Reynolds has to play way in at third. But he sits in one of the veteran lockers down there in that visiting locker room, one of the big ones. 3-2 the count. He's an all-star. He has got plenty of time in the big leagues, as you mentioned. He broke in at 20 back in 1996. 2 times a world champ with those Marlins. A little chopper onto his counterpart. Hard hit, and Kelly Johnson gobbles it up and throws in time for the out. So Castillo is erased.
That's going to bring up R.A. Dickey, a pretty good hitting pitcher.
He is 5 of 17 this year, 294. Couple of strikeouts, 4 sacrifice bunts. No batting glove.
Ah, boy, R.A. Choke up on that bat, get you a little pine tar and some rosin. It's a ball player right there. My kind of hitter. Oh, boy, that wasn't very fair to do that to the opposing pitcher, is it?
Buckled him with the slider. Well, the good news is for a pitcher, if you don't use batting gloves, you get a lot of good pine tar on that hand, and you can just go on back out to the mound.
Doggone right. Yeah, that wasn't so pretty. Barry Enright, he's been impressive.
1, 2, 3, 5 in a row sat down. He's got 4 strikeouts. New York Mets as they go to work defensively behind Dickey. Bay, Beltran, Pagan. Defense is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. It's Wright, Reyes, Castillo, a solid first baseman in Ike Davis. And Josh Tolley is behind the plate, catching R.A. Dickey. LaRoche to lead it off. We remind you that anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day. Adam digs in. That one flutters up and out of the zone. And you can see the swing shift with David Wright all by himself, essentially playing shortstop for the Mets. As that knuckleball floats low, 2-0 the count. Ground ball, the shift worked, but he's unable to make the play. That got him right there on the heel. Looked like maybe off the hand.
Down around the wrist area. Overran it a little bit. That'll go as a hit, surprisingly enough. If that's a play Castillo will tell you he should make. So Adam LaRoche, the benefactor of some niceties from the home scorer.
A couple of first sackers catching up there. Hello, young man. Good to have you here.
Hi.
Wearing that black lid. I love the Saturday blacks. Oh, isn't that nice? And by nanny, he means Mark Grace.
Well, no, I've never been anybody's nanny.
Oh, he's a big Gracie fan. 1-0 the count to Mark Reynolds. 21 home runs, 60 RBIs. Fouls that one off, up and into the seats. Last night, Mark Reynolds, a no doubt. He singled, he tripled, he homered. 1 strikeout. Had a great night. By the way, the triple in the first, I think, was more impressive than the home run later. As that one flutters in there.
Got a high strike there from Sam Holbrook, the home plate umpire. 1-2.
Because the triple, to go back to it, was in a 9-pitch at bat. And for a majority of it, he had 2 strikes on it.
Didn't chase that one. 81 mile an hour is a quick knuckleball, Darren.
Yeah, the average knuckleball he throws is 76 miles an hour. He throws it 8 out of every 10 pitches that he throws. Fastball averages about 85. And those knuckles up. Reynolds to the right side. Pagan racing, still coming. The fan and Pagan, neither one of them make the play. Get you some wings. She loves wings, and of course, by wings, she means Mark Grace. 2-2 the count.
Huh? Nanny. Wings.
The 2-2. Flutters in. Strike 3. Reynolds chases it. Tom Candiotti, knuckleballer next door, talking about where guys like Dickey and himself, where they were trying to throw that ball.
You look at the catcher's mask. You're not looking at his glove. You're looking at his mask, and you visualize a triangle that goes from a mask down to his legs. So you're looking at this. Normally, when you throw a successful knuckleball, it's going to go down either left, it's going to go down either right, or once in a while you get that little Bugs Bunny one that's going to do the little circle up there, but you can't count on that one all the time. Hopefully you throw that one with 2 strikes. But most of the time, it's and you learn how to change speeds with it, but it's either going to go down this way or go down this way. Or go straight down. And you're hoping the hitter swings, and you hope he hits a little pop-up or a ground ball with it.
So the triangle. And you want it down on either side of the zone, which makes sense. I mean, same with the knuckleball as it is with a lot of off-speed pitches. Well, you said it, though. I mean, you start throwing that pitch 77, 78 miles an hour.
He's talking about from the mask. There's your triangle. Big league telestrating right there.
I thought so, too.
A lot like the movie The Crow.
It's funny you would mention that. We'll get to a thought in a moment as that hard knuckleball dives down and in. Now, early in his career, there was a curveball that he threw. There was a changeup. There was a slider. If he throws one off-speed pitch outside of a knuckleball or two in a game, that's tops. He just doesn't throw them anymore. It's fastball, knuckleball. Steven fouls it back. Don't forget, you can email us. Visit foxsportsarizona.com and click on the email the booth under the Diamondbacks link.
Please do.
We'd love to hear from you. Sherry from Anthem dropped us a note. We'll share it if we have a chance. If not, it'll be as we take a peek in from Fridays. Good looking steak that gentleman's enjoying. It's a foul ball. We have a quick moment. We watch you guys every night. Thank you very much. Season's frustrating. You guys have fun. I know the guys are trying hard. Hopefully Gracie will win the Legends race. I have to tell you.
Chance.
I have to tell you, Mark. We tried to watch The Crow because you talked about it. It was disgusting.
What?
And we thought you were so cool, too. 1-2, the count to Drew.
Wow. Well, that hurt, man.
Knuckleball lays off that one, and a nice job.
I don't think I want to take that abuse anymore.
2-2.
And I certainly don't want to take you or your precious luggage to the airport.
Big shift to pull.
That's from Stripes.
I know.
Another big league movie. Not quite as big league as The Crow, but a good movie.
Drew down the line. Field ball. That one will roll into the cup. Huffing and a puffing is Adam LaRose. Youngblood with the stop sign. So runners on second and third. One out for the Diamondbacks. LaRose single. Reynolds strikeout. And then Stephen Drew with an extra base hit. For Drew, 18 doubles this year.
Got a knuckleball about thigh high and just rips it down the right field line. Into your living room it goes. Nice job by Pagan. Getting it in quickly and keeping Adam LaRoche at third base. But a big opportunity now for Chris Snyder.
Miguel Montero got the start last night, had a great night. Snyder gets the start tonight as that knuckleball flutters in there for a high strike. Sat down with both Chris and Miguel for our Catchers Behind the Mask show on Saturday, and Snyder was speaking of being a catcher, how offensively later in the game it's more challenging. As that one has popped up.
I don't think that's going to do it.
Pagan makes the play. And on a couple of hops, that will not do it. Snyder frustrated. And Chris said, if I may paraphrase, first few at-bats as a catcher, that's where you make your money. You're beat up late in the game. He's unable to make his money here. That's frustrating.
Oh, absolutely. You get a pitch to hit and you pop it up with second and third. Now that's going to set up an intentional walk for Gerardo Parra. So it's going to be up to Barry Enright to help himself. And Barry Enright, not a bad hitter. Hadn't got a hit yet in the big league level, but hit the ball very well at the minor league level.
Now, he is a guy that can hit well in college, can hit, as he proved in the minor leagues, well over 300. Homered this year. And has been on himself a little bit for failing to help himself out. Well, Barry, you want your chance. Here's a huge opportunity. He's 0 for 4 with his time in the big leagues. Pride of Pepperdine and Stockton, California. Mr. Manuel and his Mets trying to take advantage, quite honestly, of an empty at bat by Chris Snyder, and then what follows. The second baseman. The Diamondbacks come up empty.
program is in the house tonight. It's reviving baseball in inner cities. I'm alongside the two people, husband and wife team, that are running it here in the Phoenix area. Lisa Coleman, Glenn Coleman. Glenn in the minor league system for the Orioles a number of years back. And guys, just tell me how you got involved, Glenn, first of all.
One of the reasons why we got involved was to help kids. I had some parents that wanted to get their kids involved in baseball, and they couldn't afford to play with the club teams. So I contacted New York and got involved in RBI.
And RBI, sponsored by Major League Baseball, or I should say, the shell is there, of course, the Diamondbacks, Major League Baseball, and Lisa, describe the program.
The program focuses on teaching baseball to underserved kids that might not normally have the opportunity to play baseball due to cost factors or transportation or so forth. So we brought a program centralized for all kids in all areas to participate.
It's all around Phoenix. We talked about it a little bit earlier. It's out in Mesa, out on the west side. And Glenn, why is this so important for kids?
Well, one of the biggest reasons why is it keeps them off the streets. Folks told me that we couldn't play during the summer because it was too hot. And we had a turnout of almost 500 kids because, they want to play baseball. And now we gave them the vehicle to play baseball. And that's what RBI is all about.
Jose Reyes flies out to center, and you guys are really doing a great job. Your team is set to go to Compton, California for a regional. Lisa, how excited are you guys about this?
We're extremely excited. This is the first time any RBI team has gone from Arizona, and the first time any RBI has gone in their first year. So this is real exciting, and the kids are amped up and ready to go.
And the goal is the World Series, which is in August down in Florida. And Glenn, real quick, I want you to also give some love to the volunteers that your coaches, right?
Yeah, Tyrone and John Jacobs, Mark Martinez, Richard Passy, they've been a great help. I got a staff of about 12 that volunteer, and they do an outstanding job of keeping the vehicle rolling. And that's what RBI is all about, is giving back not only, to the kids, but giving back to the community.
And you guys are doing an outstanding job. And 700 kids here, guys, tonight, parents and kids, family and friends, and the RBI program rolling along here in Arizona.
Great stuff, Jody Jackson. Barry Enright, it's fun to watch him. Best of luck to those young men in that program. Of course, the World Series, the RBI World Series, August 3rd to the 8th in Jupiter, Florida. Glenn and Lisa, way to go. Way to go, Glenn and Lisa. The Colemans. Players like Emmanuel Alvarez, Nico Maldonado, Tony Blanford, Cesar Mayorga, Andrew Medina, George Perez, Alex Real, David Real, Emilio Torres, Nelson Benjamin, Didier Salinas, Dre and Devin Turner, and Zach Rigier. Congratulations. Meantime,
two quick outs.
Two very quick outs. 1-0 the count. Right line hard to third. His good buddy, he played amateur ball with him. Mark Reynolds out there. He hit a screamer to Mark. Nearly a double play. And that began Enright piecing that inning back together in the first. There was a couple of runners on. There was nobody out. Good pitch, fastball in. He'll pitch in, won't he? Either side of the plate, he will pitch in.
He will definitely pitch in, and he has the ability to pitch in. For a young guy, that's usually an acquired trait. It's something you usually don't see from a young pitcher, the ability to pitch in and pitch in for quality strikes. But Enright, we've seen, can do it to both left-handers and right-handers.
Two and two. Got him with a slider away. It's all set up by the ability to pitch in. How about this roll he is on? He had the bases loaded with one out since then. He has retired 8 in a row. Arizona to Lou Piniella, who decided that this will be his last year as a manager. State Farm out-of-town news, 18 seasons, 22 as a manager. You can see nearly 2,000 victories. As a ball player, the 1969 Rookie of the Year. Played Legion ball when it all began with Tony La Russa in the Tampa area. And great for the game of baseball.
We'll miss him. We'll see him around, though. He's not going away forever.
A little roller. Well, we were honored when the Cubs came to town just before the All-Star break. We sat down with Lou Piniella, maybe the last time it happened. And back then, he looked forward to probably what was today.
I'm 67 here next month, okay? So assuming I live till I'm 85, just to throw an assumption, I've lived 80% of my life. And you wouldn't be doing this, putting on this uniform, if you didn't want to compete and you didn't enjoy the competition and you didn't enjoy winning baseball games. But there comes a point in time in everybody's career where, hey, let's forget about winning and losing baseball games. Let's enjoy your family. Let's enjoy your friends. Let's get on with your life, you know? And you can see that a lot of the older managers, like myself, are getting to that point.
A forecast, I think. I think Lou Piniella probably, when he visited here in Arizona, reflecting and getting close to making this decision.
I think you're absolutely correct. It's been a frustrating season for Lou as well, and Chicago Cub fans.
That one is slapped the other way. And for you, with as long as you were there and wore that uniform, certainly well versed in the history of the franchise and the fans. I would imagine the next stop for Lou Piniella, you see that Chicago Cubs. On the other side, there's the Angels beating the New York Yankees in a ball game. I would imagine he may go home to Tampa and work for the Yankees.
Or, I have a feeling, knowing Lou like I think I do, I'll spend some time at the racetrack.
That probably will be part of working for the Yankees, I would imagine. Well, you can work for the Yankees from the racetrack.
True.
They have phones there, cell phones. So we wish him well. And we were kind of fortunate with our timing that we decided that Lou would be a good guy to talk to. By the way, more of that interview in our pregame show tomorrow. And we'll share quite a bit more with you on Miller Lite Diamondbacks Live with Lou Piniella. We've been pretty lucky this year, I guess. We've shared some time with Bobby Cox, Tony La Russa, Lou Piniella. Been pretty eye-opening. These are guys, for an announcer in my shoes anyway, and I think for the fans, to get to know them a little bit better, you got to play for them in all-star games, play against them.
Well, we got to spend some time with Terry Francona, a World Series champion in Boston.
And your old teammate, a younger manager certainly, but a world champion nonetheless. An interview that you helped us do with Joe Girardi when the Yankees came to town.
And it's interesting to hear, the older managers' philosophies versus the younger managers' philosophies.
2-2 the count, a big overswing on the knuckleball, which is a temptation.
Yeah, you don't need to swing hard at a knuckleball. Because if you do, that's usually the result right there.
That one is away. So you did not move up in the box.
No.
Some hitters do, though.
I wanted to see that knuckleball for as long as I possibly could. Because that late dart sometimes takes it out of the zone. It's a ball.
That one is belted. Deep right center field. Justin Upton got it. Wow.
Somebody's starting to really get hot. And he wears number 10 on his back.
On a roll, Justin Upton last night had a big night. He doubled, he tripled, he had a couple of hits. He's got 8 hits in the second half. That is a Fulton Holmes home run as well.
Doesn't overswing at all, gets it up in the zone. And he is just so doggone strong. Way out of here in right center field. just right of the yellow line, and that's enough to be a home run.
By the way, Fulton Homes donates $150 to the Youth Assistance Foundation, and they do so with every home run hit by the Diamondbacks. 1-1 in the count. That is just the 5th home run allowed by a man who sometimes lives up there in the zone. So there is the roller coaster ride that is a young star like Justin Upton. May 1st to the 23rd, hit .326. Up until mid-June after that, next 22 games, .202. Since June 21st, hitting about .340. It's a fair ball. And I think the key for Upton, you ask yourself the question, is Justin Upton finally now heating up for good?
Oh, yeah.
One to nothing. Jody Jackson, this man's Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. And you, we trust you're having a good week to this point on this Tuesday evening. And right, fun to talk about. We talked about the jam he was in. And he certainly was in one with the bases loaded, 1 out. He had walked Beltran, who hits again. And since then, he's gotten everyone. As Beltran gives that one a ride. He worked him in. And I guess because Upton is there to make the play, it was far enough in. So that is 9 in a row now set down by Enright. Let's take a look at our AT&T trivia question tonight. I'm told for all our friends at home and for Gracie.
We need a good one here.
It is a good one. Rank these 3 knuckleballers in order of most victories. Charlie Huff, Joe Niekro, and Tim Wakefield.
How do we not have the Candyman in there?
Well, the Candyman, who, by the way, just sent a message over from the radio side.
Yeah, what do you have to say?
He was commenting on the efforts of R.A. Dickey as that one looked like he went around. Strike 1 to Ike Davis. He said, and I quote from Tom Candiotti, Dickey's ball is spinning the knuckleball way too much.
Really?
Spinning, and you don't want it to spin, correct?
So he's throwing some lousy knuckleballs.
That's from the words of Tom Candiotti, who was left off of the trivia question. Boy, what an insult.
Well, if I'm R.A. Dickey, I am none too pleased with the fine. Color analyst on the radio side of the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Well, and if I'm the color analyst, I'm offended that I'm left off the trivia question.
Well, he should be. Because I'm saying Tom Candiotti and then those 3 guys. Doggone it. Actually, I'm going to say Huff, Wakefield, Niekro.
The 1-2, he chases up and away. And so the roll continues. That is now 10 in a row. Set down by Enright. It's fun to watch him work.
Another elevated fastball, this time just like last time, a swing and a miss, and a strikeout victim is Ike Davis. It's like Ike locks that ball down. Not like Mark Reynolds from the left side. A little bit too tall for him up around the letters.
One and 0 the count. I'll tell you, as that one is high, 2-0. On that list included Joe Niekro. We all lost Joe Niekro in October of 2006 when he suffered an aneurysm. There's a lot of work being done by family members, friends, to raise awareness and to raise funds. As the website says, the Joe Niekro Foundation knuckling up for aneurysm research. So in his loss, good work being done. 2-1 the count.
Oh, good changeup. That's one of the first we've seen tonight.
Kind of looked like the knuckleball we've been talking about.
He really shortened his stride to throw this one, but way out in front of it was Bay.
And a nice job by Snyder, wiggling the fingers and calling for it. On 2-2. Slider got it. Wow.
He's racking up some strikeouts.
7 strikeouts, and he is officially on a roll. That is 11 in a row, set down by 24-year-old right-hander Barry R. Enright.
Not according to our Crow hater.
Well, she is a big fan. I came to see Grace and win that Legends race.
Oh, boy. I think she's got a long wait, unfortunately. There's a conspiracy, folks.
Mark Reynolds with his Diamondbacks up by a score of 1-0. Amica Insurance talking about the home runs for Reynolds. We love our partnership, and Mark loves fastballs or any pitch for that matter down the middle.
Right, down the middle. Ooh, he got one there. Took a mighty rip at it.
Good to see those youngsters enjoying the ball game, peeking over the railing. They're out there very, very close to Fridays down in that seating area. That's a great place to see a ball game if you've never done that. Just missed the inside corner. And when this man is hitting, you've got a chance, if you're enjoying the ball game at Fridays, to get a ball in your soup. The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count.
A lot of times, knuckleball pitchers, when they get to 3-1, they'll have to come with the fastball. Let's see if Dickey throws the fastball here, and let's see if Mark Reynolds wants it.
He's gone back-to-back games in which he has had multiple hits. Sunday, of course, and then yesterday. Shoots that one down the line, hanging up, and it hangs up long enough. Give him a fastball there, didn't he? 3-1.
He got it in on Reynolds. Watch the pitch run in. And that one just off the label enough to keep him in the ballpark, and that was the good 3-1 fastball there from Dickey.
The New York Mets on the road this year, away from Citi Field, 19-28. As that knuckleball flips out of the zone. At home, they play very, very well. They're 30-16. Nothing like Arizona. Still, we're talking about it some more today. Strike. Diamondbacks are 22-25 at home. So for Mr. Manuel, a little bit more challenging. But Kirk Gibson and his staff have the tough assignment, as that one is just a little low, of figuring out how to improve a 13-33 record away from Arizona. 13-33. The 2-1. Solid take, 3-1 the count.
Stephen Drew looks to me like he's got an approach against the knuckleballer where he's very comfortable. It seems to me like he's done a good job of taking those pitches off the plate. He looks comfortable against Dickey. That was a fastball.
And Drew is erased on a ground ball out. Let's answer our AT&T trivia question. The knuckleballers, the three in order of victories: Huff, Niekro, and Wakefield. Well, if you said Joe Niekro, Charlie Huff, and Tim Wakefield, you were correct. I'm going to encourage you one more time. Visit the website, JoeNiekroFoundation.com. As it says, knuckling up for aneurysm research. As we lost a good friend in October of '06. That's a good question. Kind of a fraternity, isn't it, those knuckleballers?
Oh, I think so.
They kind of go their own little way.
I think so.
They get together for beverages at times. Talk about the knuckleball.
Hey!
Did he drop it? I didn't see it.
There are no Michael Caine and Tom Cruise. Hey! I hope those are plastic bottles.
That one is high.
Brian Brown, I've been corrected. I got gubbed by J. Lou.
Jason Lewis, our producer in the truck.
Oh, I got this one. Just missed it.
Well, it's a little ways down. You were close, but it's dropped by our good friend Steve Gilbert. You reached out. And he is a wonderful writer on MLB.com, but that is a horrible, horrible play.
Once again, a terrible effort by Steve Gilbert. As you said, a terrific writer. But you could hear him screaming all the way down here when that ball was headed his way.
That one is popped up. And into the seats it'll go. Rattles around down below. And ends up with a Mets fan, but he's a local product. Gentleman came down from Payson to enjoy the ball game. And another Mets fan gives him the business. Well, they're hard on one another, those Mets fans. Well, it's because he made the play with a youngin'. It's a skilled defender. That's all that is.
That's a great defender making the play.
Two and two, the count.
Yeah, with Steve Gilbert over there, starting to get embarrassing.
Oh, but he can write. I mean, we always visit on dbacks.com, MLB.com.
Doesn't he? Very talented writer.
We buy him a beverage on the road on occasion because he helps us really follow our team. As that one just missed. Now, that's a fastball. but it's almost like he's scared of any baseball that comes around. Boy, can he write though.
Afraid he might get a bruise.
The 3-2. In the dirt, Chris Snyder, well done. He is a base runner.
Follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of D-backs baseball on your iPhone or your iPod, Darren. Touch, BlackBerry, and Android with MLB.com at BAT 2010. It features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit dbacks.com today on your iPhone, iPod Touch, Android, or BlackBerry for more details.
Very good read.
No, it really wasn't.
One and 0 the count. Outside. Hey, by the way, we want to encourage all of you to come on out Friday night for singles night.
Oh, can't wait.
Good friends with Salsa Tequila. There'll be a sampling out there. So don't forget to join us Friday night. I want to thank the good folks for sending up, well, some samples for us up here in the booth.
I want to thank the Salsa people as well. That was big league.
Post game, obviously. That one is lifted into center field. Beltran going back, still going. It's over his head. Off to the races, Chris Snyder. Right behind him, Gerardo Parra. Snyder scores. Parra's in with a slide, a triple. And Carlos Beltran just got torched.
Well, Gerardo Parra got a fastball. And he drilled it into left center field. And Beltran thought he had a beat on it, but he got beat on the fly. And a really good read by Chris Snyder. Chris Snyder read that all the way. Gerardo Parra thinking 3 all the way. In easily with a triple. Now Barry Enright, an opportunity to help himself here. One of those 2-out runs. They leave a mark. Let's see if Enright, who Darren keeps saying can hit.
He's about to drive in a run. That one is low. Threw him a fastball. Little chopper. Out to third, right. Barehanded play. Goes wide. Enright is on. I would imagine that is his first big league base hit, and it is for Barry Enright. I'm sure he didn't envision it that way, but guess what, young man? You just drove in a run with that one. And his first big league RBI.
They'll throw out the ball. They'll get the ball for him. Well, isn't it amazing, even if you're a pitcher, if you just put the ball in play, good things can happen. A high chopper, that might have been one that if David Wright had to do it again, he might let just go foul if he could. But he ended up making the play, and it was a good effort. But Barry Enright, congratulations. Your first base hit gives you a 3-run lead. All this with 2 outs. A 2-out walk. A triple, now an infield hit. Barry Enright staked to a 3-run lead.
Ah, there it is. Oh.
Oh, that was the old sleight of hand, wasn't it?
Boy, look how upset Barry Enright is at that joke Miguel tried to play.
Well, you used to love it when Eric Burns would do that.
Anyway, 1-0 the count as that one is outside. 2-0. That's one of the reasons they called him Flipper, because he can take the ball flip it quickly without anybody noticing and then flip it into the stands.
Flip it into the stands. It wasn't because he would do those.
That's a foul ball.
Do those Greg Louganis gainers when he'd throw the baseball from the outfield?
I think it was twofold. Watch this. Eric Burns will be proud of this. Watch this. Oh, what? Hey, look at that. You couldn't even see he had 2 baseballs. None of our folks in the truck could see that. Attaboy, Miggy.
That was very obvious, Miggy.
High fly into right center field. Well, Gerardo Parra, you got to wonder about Mr. Beltran out there in center field. That usually is a can of corn for him, and the Diamondbacks take advantage, running hard. Carlos, toast with his eggs. Good to have you back with us at Friday's Front Row Sports Grill here at Chase Field. Look like they're enjoying some ribs. We enjoy also our partnership with Jack in the Box, inviting all of you to think outside of the box. When Mets hitters have dug into the box, to use that word just one more time, they have not been comfortable. Barry Enright on his game.
Yeah, Barry Enright's already with 7 strikeouts through 4 innings. He's been throwing a pretty good mixed bag up there, breaking balls and fastballs. He's made the big pitches when he's needed to. Got out of that big jam in the first inning, Darren, getting out of bases loaded, 1-out jam. Since then, he's been spotless.
And again, you young pitchers out there, we know we have your eyes and ears in the summertime. Listen close. When you watch a young pitcher like Barry Enright, understand that no matter what you do with your arm, if you're a hard thrower or not, this is an example. Ian Kennedy's an example of how important strike throwing and command is. You grab that baseball and you do what he has been doing with it. It's been fun to watch. He's not throwing 95, you future big leaguers. He's throwing that, a lot of strikes. Good sink over the outside corner. Scout Hal Kurtzman found him. He was playing for Rico Brogna, the manager in Mobile. As that one is in, nothing wrong with that. 1-1.
Brogna, former Met, had some good years with the New York Mets.
And boy, when he got here to the big leagues, Enright right away spoke glowingly of DC, Dan Carlson, his pitching coach.
Another very good man.
And I would imagine they're very proud of the work he is doing. Change up. What is that? About 2 of those he has thrown?
It's not a bad pitch. It seems like he keeps it down in the strike zone.
Josh Tolley into right field. Dustin Upton, an easy chance. As we mentioned, Enright pitching just weeks ago in Double-A. He explains the difference between the hitters at that level and the hitters here in the big leagues.
Second baseman. Big league hitters, it's just they make adjustments, a lot easier and a lot better than I guess a Double-A hitter would. There's going to be those maybe 2-3 guys in the lineup in a Double-A lineup that that you're going to have to battle throughout the whole game. In some lineups, every day is going to be a battle in Double-A, but here you have to know that 1 through 9 or 1 through 8, depending on if there's a pitcher in the lineup or whatnot, is going to be a battle the entire day, and can't take a pitch off.
Well, how cool is that voice? That's Don Cornelius stuff right there.
1-0 the count. He's right, isn't he?
He's absolutely right.
It's been the one thing that stands out, and it stands out very obviously how he sees things here in the major leagues. Sees them pretty clearly. Little chopper, this won't be easy. Kelly Johnson. He just threw out his counterpart, Luis Castillo.
Beautiful play by Kelly Johnson, who came over to the Diamondbacks, Darren, with a reputation as being a below-average fielding second baseman. I'll tell you what, he hasn't shown me that at all. I think he has been very good this year defensively at second base. He's just been a good pickup, a guy that has really excelled with the bat. He was Player of the Month in April, but I have not seen what the scouting report said, and that is a below-average second baseman. I think he's, save for a couple of games, I think he's been very solid.
1-1 the count to the pitcher, R.A. Dickey. Well, the great part about Kelly Johnson is he understands his shortcomings, and he'll tell you right away, and he works on it daily. This was the National League Player of the Month in April, and that's an offensive award. A little bouncer and right. The roll is on for Barry. 14 in a row set down by the Stockton-born right-hander. Well, let me tell you, it's interactive. It's a kiosk near Section 111 in Chase Field, and it's partnered up with our good friends with Gila River Casinos. We love it, and there are some great prizes to be given away. How about a baseball experience? Like today, Shirley Bishop, she won a big prize recently. We're going to show you what she won. She got to throw out the first pitch, Gracie. That's cool. A Kachinko winner right there.
That is very cool. That's a baseball experience.
You bet that's a baseball experience. All right, so We will find out who gets to maybe throw out a baseball later on this season when we broadcast a game from out there. 0-1 the count to Johnson. Little chopper. About the first baseman there. There's a young first baseman, made a choice, didn't he? He knew that they were playing Kelly DePaul. He didn't get caught in between, Davis.
No, he did not. That's a young first baseman that knows his way, knows where his second baseman is before the ball's hit. Okay, my second baseman's right there. Armando Galarraga would have had a perfect game had he just done what Ike Davis just did in Detroit earlier this year. And it's really not a very good idea at all that we do a game out at the Kachiko area.
Here's Justin Upton. We swallowed that for quite a while. Yeah, that's the kind of work being done over there by Ike that he learned from Coach Jerry Dawson at Chaparral High School. As that one misses away, 1-1 the count to Justin. Boy, what a pretty swing Justin put on the baseball. A talented young first baseman. There's a talented young right fielder. Crushed it to right center field. I mean, these are when Justin separates himself from everybody else.
That's exactly right. About 430 feet to the opposite field. And he takes strike two.
Now, the folks at Petco Park dropped me an email, and they want to debate that. They have that one at about 390.
390? The sign says 413.
Well, I understand. I know they measured the one the other day as well that Upton hit.
Well, they're just, they consistently lie to you folks. Don't believe a word they say, folks. So up above that 413 sign is 390.
Well, we don't say that here in house. Is that strike three? We realize that's about 440. But tying in with the way that they measure Upton's homers in San Diego at Petco Park, they have it at 390.
They're consistently wrong there.
Our good friends at HitTrackerOnline.com still have not given an official measurement from a couple of days ago. I'm told Hit Tracker, all the guys and gals are on vacation.
Or maybe they just quit.
It's a great website, but probably best to take vacations in the offseason.
Maybe when the season's over, exactly. They're probably a boatload of home runs they're missing. Wow. They're getting that rest.
I'm not really one to talk, but that probably would be a good idea.
As my partner just came off vacation.
The 2-0. Visit the website, by the way. We want to be clear. HitTrackerOnline.com. Now, it doesn't measure velocity like our good friends with the Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch do. And right, 92. Dickey 87. 3-0 swinging. Huge shift was on. 1-2-3. Going, no, Gonzo. Oh my. That's kind of the universal sign of you stink. Goodness gracious. I'll tell you what, Gracie, your likeness
stinks.
I mean, just terrible as Barry Enright fires a strike, 0-1.
I mean, everybody else seems to be sharing the wealth very well. And then yours truly having a terrible year.
The 0-1. There's a changeup, 1-1 the count. One thing that is not terrible, we know your likeness, your run in the Legends race is. Barry Enright has not been. And it's been fun to watch him settle in. This is the key for Enright, though. And we learned it against the Chicago Cubs. He was rolling, and the Cubs got him, and they got him good when he went the third time through the order.
You and Tom Candiotti were doing that game, and I mean, it wasn't even out of your partner's mouth at the time, and sure enough, he started getting hit very hard.
Base hit, right field. Reyes with a good aggressive turn. You'll take singles.
Yeah, you'll take singles. But the more singles you give up, the closer you're getting to David Wright, Carlos Beltran, Ike Davis. Nobody up in the Diamondback bullpen as the Met fans start to make a little noise here, and they're being drowned out by boos.
Well, here is Angel Pagan. A single back in the first inning. He flied to left field. And this is the third time through as he sees it. Reynolds way in at third. Outfield plays him straight up. Reynolds on the grass. 2 steps in, middle of the infield. Just below the strike zone, 1-0 the count. Four for 10, now 5 for 11. Big league hitters, third time through against this pitcher. Gobbled up. Morales, there's one on the first. Double play.
What a great play by Adam LaRoche and a turn from Stephen Drew. Pagan can fly. Got the ground ball he needed. Right to the vacuum that is Adam LaRoche. Then he scampers back to the bag, stretches out, and gets a huge double play ball. Barry Enright loving that.
And a big couple of outs as he goes back to facing the minimum. He has faced the minimum since the bases were loaded with 1 out in the first inning.
Well, what a difference Adam LaRoche's glove has made to this ball club this year. He's made all the infielders much better than they were last year, Darren.
Bouncing ball. How about this man as he made Mark Reynolds better? What an inning by Barry Enright. He made the pitches. His defense was ready. They were on their toes. Enright facing the minimum since trouble back in the first.
Southwest Airlines. Grab your bag. It's on. Blimpie, America's sub shop. Quest high-speed internet. Blazing fast speeds. They don't burn up your wallet. Your Valley Hyundai dealer. Seventh inning, stretch your dollar. The most fuel-efficient car maker in America. Taking a walk through the team shop. Come down on non-game days, business hours. Come in and do your shopping. Mark Reynolds leads it off. A quick reminder, Christmas is right around the corner.
No, it's not. It's not even close to around the corner. It's mid-July, folks.
So the count is 1-1. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
It was 112 today. Don't listen to him, folks. It's not even chilly in Flagstaff.
A little topper, right, lays it on a bare hand. Boy, that's a nice play.
Well, we got some athletes at third base here in this series. They grew up together, and they learned how to play baseball together, and they are both awfully good third basemen. David Wright with a terrific play there with the bare hand. Yep, you can just see Christmas just around the corner.
One and 0 the count. We've seen Wright get Reynolds, Reynolds get Wright, as we mentioned. Played for Coach Downey Townsend in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, along with the Uptons, along with Michael Kadire. The 2-0. 2-1 the count.
Ryan Zimmerman as well.
And boy, the time they would have, too, in the wintertime, sledding in Virginia. The 2-1. That one into left field. It's a base hit for Stephen Drew. And that was a pretty swing, and he'll take that one, a 2-hit night.
They didn't really do any sledding at all. But you're right, that was a very pretty swing. Just got one right off the end of the bat. Let's see if Kirk Gibson wants to go to the running game here. As you said, a nice little piece of hitting there from Stephen Drew, a 2-hit ball game. I'd love to see the running game here from Stephen Drew. Stephen has very good speed. He just doesn't run a whole heck of a lot.
Just off the plate, 1-0 the count.
R.A. Dickey, like most knuckleballers, quick to the plate.
Sporting that beard, 33 years old, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Nearly picked him off. Quick to the plate, great feet.
Matt Williams trying to get a balk out of Greg Gibson. I think Ike Davis just missed the tag, because the throw certainly beat him.
Tom Candiotti, Kirk Gibson especially saying before the game that most knuckleball pitchers, because of the pitch they throw to the plate, balk when they work to first. I mean, they're that on the edge. And it's buckling that back knee sometimes. Gibson was saying Charlie Huff used to balk every time he came over.
So did Tom Candiotti.
And Candy admitted this much. And again, it's that push-off leg. That's where a lot of the deception comes in, buckling that leg. You bend that knee, you bend that leg, you've got to go home.
Bend that leg right there, you've got to go home. Let's see if he buckles that leg. The back leg. That one's not too bad.
Really, where the deception comes in is when it's that leg alone that bends.
Right.
get there. Chris will slam that bat down on his way to first. What's left of it anyway.
Wow. That one took a pretty good beating.
Well, the life of a big league bat. It was today. A beautiful box arrived. They were peeled open, all set out. Jimmy Garrett putting Chris Snyder's name on the end, writing it on very nicely. And then this happens to it.
You break it right there. A lot of it goes flying. Then it's going to take a little more abuse here. Bam!
I mean, just got here today, those bats. Like a gift under the Christmas tree, they arrived.
Why are you writing this Christmas theme in July?
We saw the shopping down in the team store. It's right around the corner.
It's not even close to around the corner.
Yeah, I know a lot of our fans agree.
It's not even cold in Antarctica right now.
A little roller. In time for the out. The Diamondbacks lead it 3-0. Oh, folks, stuff those stockings. Don't forget all the loved ones in your life. Happy holidays. From Stockton, California, out of Pepperdine. He got in a huge jam in the first inning. Had the bases loaded, got out of it, has rolled ever since. There's been enough support. Justin Upton with a long ball. And in the fourth inning, Hara, the legs don't quite move like they used to for Beltran. Over his head, that scored Snyder. And then the first big league hit for Barry Enright, and the first major league RBI. But it's the right-hander that's the story, as he drops a curveball over the outside corner. And again, our game summary brought to you by our good partners with Blimpie, America's Sub Shop. High pop.
That was playable, Darren.
It is put away by Adam LaRoche.
The third time through the order. So far, so very good, as people lining up to get those stocking stuffers. Go on out and get that DVD of The Crow. Put it right there in your stockings. I'm sure your girls will love that, Darren. Big league movie.
By the way, I want to say hello to, we just got an email from Amundsen Scott, South Pole Station in Antarctica, where they're reminding us they're D-backs fans, and it's 65 below right now there.
Ooh.
Heavy blowing snow.
Well, maybe it is a little crisp down there after all.
They're thanking us for mentioning Christmas, because every day it's down there at Christmas. Did he? Yes, he did.
Says Jerry Davis at third base. Well, let's see if Enright goes to that elevated fastball again on Ike Davis, because that's been the strikeout pitch twice now, in the first and the fourth for Davis. Let's see if he goes with it again on 0-2.
Bouncing ball and a base hit for Ike Davis.
He tried, he just didn't get it elevated enough. Good hitting there from Davis. Four hits now for the Mets, Darren. 3 of those hits on 0-2 counts. Just a little tidbit there for you, just to show you how in command Enright has been thus far.
One out. Here's Jason Bay. That one is lifted up and into the seats. A fastball at 90 miles an hour. Beat him with a fastball away. Well, I tell you, and you knock on wood as you say it if you're a D-backs fan, he has just had Jason Bay really uncomfortable.
Well, he's 0-2 again here on a Mets hitter.
Now, he has gotten him when he's gotten ahead of Bay to chase sliders out of the
Breaking
zone.
balls, exactly. You're right.
Does he stay with it?
That's a much better 0-2 pitch there. That's off the plate. If you get a swing there, nothing's going to happen. It's going to be a strikeout. But you don't want to leave that slider on the plate there, because Bay can hit that one in the gap.
Well, and truth be told, again, looking back, he has nearly gone after pitches right there. That's where he's gotten him for strikeouts. Todd Snyder, does he double up with that slider?
He hung one.
Got a lot more of the plate, didn't it? 1 ball, 2 strikes to count for the visiting Mets. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, 3 left on base. For the Diamondbacks, 3 runs, 6 hits, and no errors, and 5 left on base. 7 0-2 counts, 7, and 3 singles.
Well, that's a big reason why, to this point, the Mets are still not on the board.
Good idea. The fastball missed, though. All that soft stuff away. He nearly locked him up and got the inside corner.
Had him diving out there for something on the outside corner and nearly got something on the inside corner.
Was that in?
By a good 5 or 6 inches, sure.
All right. 2-2. Back out with the slider. He just gets a piece of it. Now remind yourself what Enright told all of us, that he realizes that hitters like Bays, especially the All-Star, he had better continue to adjust. We're seeing Bay now tick that slider. He was missing that slider early.
Badly. That's right. He's made the adjustment. He's starting to get comfortable going out there. A fastball in for a strike just might be the ticket here for a ground ball double play. They're going away, though.
Fastball, ground ball, 6-4-3, double play. I must continue to make the adjustments because these guys are great. This isn't double A, and he's proving it. He's not in double A. He belongs in the big leagues. Time now for the Valley Hyundai Dealer 7th inning stretch.
lucky we are being treated to a pitching masterpiece.
Enright's throwing a great game. More important for me are the in-game adjustments he's made. I'm going to break them down for you after the game.
We will be here after the game with Quest D-backs live. And Mark, sad to tell you, you have lost once again in the Legends race. Back to you.
Well, we appreciate that reminder.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brad.
I like that.
What?
The reminder.
Oh, I know you do. Because you're in on the conspiracy. You are fine boss, Derek Hall.
No. Derek didn't have anything to do with it. Barry Enright, fly ball, center field. Earlier tonight, a chance to step in the box and prove to all of us he can hit a little bit. He hit that one just a little bit, but it was a base hit. It was an RBI for Barry Enright, number 1. Oh, a little trickery. I tell you, when you see that kind of trickery, the good folks on our fine website over at the Diamondbacks bullpen, huge fans, they think of Eric Burns. Flip.
A lot of big Eric Burns fans
on that site.
On that site.
No, they're knowledgeable fans there.
Well, they are
very solid.
That's why they love old Burnsy.
As that one misses away.
They're probably in on the conspiracy as well. Our fine PA voice, Chuck Drago, he's in on the conspiracy. Children are teased at school. Very disappointing.
The 2-1. That one is outside. Boy, it must be tough for him at school in the summertime.
Well, summer school.
3-1 the count. You know, when I think of school, I think of the fall, and then I start thinking about Christmas being right around the corner.
Gather some firewood and snuggle up.
I'm getting notes from some of my old friends back in Wisconsin right now as we speak, and they say they know that Christmas is right around the corner.
I think they're loving the warm weather they're getting right now because they don't get a whole lot of it back there in the beautiful state of Wisconsin.
Oh, what a crazy game their Brewers played tonight. High pop up in the left center field. May is there, over, under, and out.
Are you planning a special event for your company, school, or group of friends? Darren?
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. Take the hassle out of the event planning and contact a D-backs Group sales representative to do it for you. They'll customize flyers, set up food and beverage, and get you into the best seats in the house. 602-462-4794 is what you call or visit dbacks.com/groups.
Boy, that was a great read.
Thank you.
You know, get a group together. Get some beverages. Speaking of Wisconsin. They roll there. We roll out here the same way. Headed to Gracie's Dig Me Room, the 0-1.
I got a good Dig Me Room.
You mean an office?
No. I call it a Dig Me Room. It's where I dig myself. All these today's players, they call it their office. It's where they enshrine themselves. It's a Dig Me Room, but they say it's their office.
Kelly Johnson.
Go ahead. Take it, Darren.
Well, H.H. Johnson, as we like to call it.
It's very rare that you see Kelly Johnson go an evening without doing something positive at the plate. He was 0 for 3 prior to that. And he just flips a base hit out to left field. So hard hitting Kelly Johnson. Once again, coming up with something positive tonight.
So now Justin Upton. Well, we were telling you that Barry Enright just a couple of weeks ago was a Double-A pitcher. And he now working tonight for the Diamondbacks very effectively. Well, his gentleman in Mobile battle on without him. As that one is low and inside. Tonight, Brian Henry in what would have been the spot occupied by Enright. It was Brian Henry on the mound. Pitched effectively, but left trailing. And then Mobile, bottom of the ninth, scored a pair to beat Mississippi 6-5. Now they settle in by a laptop or a television somewhere to watch their old teammate, and he is up 3-0 over the New York Mets. Just sounds different, doesn't it? Mississippi Braves, Montgomery Biscuits, New York Mets. Just sounds different.
A little bit different, sir.
And we say it with all due respect to those gentlemen toiling in Double-A right now.
Well, they're doing good work, and they're earning their way here.
One and one the count. Keeping an eye on Kelly Johnson as Upton takes low. 2-1 the count. Hey, don't forget, as we take a look ahead, again, we speak of Wisconsin when we speak about the Miller Brewing Company. Miller Lite, what's brewing? The New York Mets, Jonathan Neese, Dan Herron. And then the San Francisco Giants come to town. Behind the Mask, the Catcher Show on Saturday.
I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good show on Saturday.
Well, we're excited to have your contributions. Can't wait till you're a part of that.
Maybe next year.
What do you mean?
I won't be here Saturday.
Oh, that's right. We have the Hall of Famer, former catcher.
You got the former catcher. That's why I've been sent on a sabbatical.
Starting catcher will be mic'd up as Justin Upton shoots it down the line. Whoever gets to start that night, whether it's Chris Snyder or whether it's Miguel Montero, or affectionately both known as Miggy and Snidepiece.
That's two of my favorite nicknames. We had some good nicknames last night on that old-fashioned baseball thing you had.
Well, the gentleman from Greenfield Village playing old-time baseball, 67 rules. They did have some good nicknames.
We had Kelly Johnson was Soap Dish.
Chasing a knuckleball up. Like back then in the 1800s, that swing, they nicknamed him Butterfly Net. Lovely wife Audrey up there. And he, of course, part of In My Own Words Sunday after the game on Fox Sports Arizona. I've had a couple of chances to do radio interviews with Joe. I've worked with him now for my 4th season, but this is a step beyond. This is a special show. Todd Walsh anchoring it, doing the interview, and you won't want to miss it. There's that one. Waved at by Josh Tolley. 0-2 the count. Let's see, pitch count. Boy, it's more than manageable, isn't it? 85 pitches. 8th inning. That one bounces in there as he is so far tossing a shutout.
7 strikeouts. Boy, just nothing but strikes. That's a great ratio.
Foley wags that bat, trying to make it tough on him, and nearly rings him up. Pitching in Mobile this year, 1 complete game for Barry Enright. It's Aaron Heilman. Lifted right field, well struck. Upton goes back to the wall. He leaps. Oh, and he just missed it. It's out of here. Justin Upton nearly brought that one back. And a home run for Josh Thole. His first of the season. And his first in the major leagues.
Fastball up. Thole just puts a quick swing on it. Upton gives it every ounce of his heart and soul. It just comes up a little bit short. Great effort there by the right fielder. And just like that, Mets got some momentum. They're only down a couple here with 6 outs to go.
Third home run allowed as he fires a strike at 89 miles an hour. Upton almost got there.
Back-to-back strikes just to show that he's still got some poise out there. As you see Justin Upton once again just coming up short.
Well, great job, guys. Beautiful pictures. Waves at a curveball. Down he goes. Actually, that was the slider at 82 miles an hour. He just really got on top of it.
Just to show that he's still got some moxie out there and some poise. A 3-pitch strikeout after giving up the long ball. That impresses me. Here's a kid 5 games into his major league year. In the 8th inning, after giving up a home run to cut the lead to 3-1, quickly disposes of Castillo.
Chris Carter, former Diamondback product, walked as a pinch hitter last night. Goes after the first one. That's a curveball. And it's fouled off. 0-1 the count. .92 pitches.
Oh, they've already got some Chris Carter fans here in Chase Field. Already making the T-shirts. It's great. Good for this young man.
No, those are actually Gary Carter T-shirts.
Oh.
Used to play for the Mets.
That's right. That's right. The Hall of Famer.
This Carter wears number 23.
Oh, yeah.
He's out of Stanford. It was a Diamondback 17th round pick in 04.
Another 0-2 count here.
High ball right field. Justin Upton puts that one to bed. 2 outs. Jose Reyes, as he walks in, we take a look at our Amica Insurance hit zone. Pitch is seen down and away and away. If he's going to hurt you, they don't want to throw it in. These fans here at Chase Field enjoying what they're seeing is, for some of them, getting to know Barry Enright. That one is low.
Well, it's been very impressive after giving up the long ball. Just stayed within himself, didn't get down on himself, showed some good body language, and got 2 quick outs. And he's going to dispose of it.
I tell you, the beat goes on. Barry Enright, 8 solid innings, 96 pitches. We'll see if he takes the distance. What a story tonight. That's the lone run. boy, we tip our cap. We look forward to shaking his hand. He has been fun to watch work in the major leagues. He, not long ago, as we've mentioned several times, was a Double-A starting pitcher. Boy, how about that? Just one walk.
I love the one walk. Just nothing but strikes all night.
Strike one. Feliciano goes to work the left-hander. Low arm angle.
Came in and threw over 30 pitches last night, but here he is again. That's impressive.
By the way, this Diamondbacks team hasn't won much lately, so we haven't put the spotlight on that bullpen and who may get a chance to close tonight. Warming in the bullpen out there, right-hander Esmeling Vasquez was warming. Juan Gutierrez takes the baseball. It was Vasquez, now it's Gutierrez. So we have tracked them both.
Which tells you right there that Juan Gutierrez is officially your closer. This is the first time there's been a save situation since Kirk Gibson has taken over as manager. So Juan Gutierrez is going to get the first opportunity to pick up a save for Kirk Gibson. And more importantly, for Barry Enright.
Thank you. The last time the Diamondbacks had back-to-back home wins, June 12th and 13th against the Cardinals, 29 games ago. Back-to-back wins, period, June 30th at St. Louis, July 2nd at home against the Dodgers. None yet for manager Kirk Gibson. Back-to-back victories. Enright 3 or less pitches to 17 of 28 batters. Wow.
Pretty impressive, isn't he? Just missed. Did that sweeping breaking ball from Pedro Feliciano.
That was all over the plate,
Sure
by the way.
was.
Adam caught a break there. I think everybody got fooled, including Sam Holbrook behind the plate, which will happen. Bouncing ball. That's a base hit into right field.
No, Darren, you're going to love what I'm about to talk about.
Do tell.
Bring the whole family to the ballpark this Sunday for a post-game concert with the Wiggles. Get a family 4-pack for just $40. It includes 4 game and concert tickets plus 20 D-Bucks to use on food and drinks. Visit dbacks.com/concert. I'm looking forward to those guys in the big red car, Wags the dog, Henry the octopus, Dorothy the dinosaur, Captain Feathersword, and all the gang.
Call to the bullpen has been made. The Diamondbacks start off on a road trip on Sunday to Philadelphia. I'm really jealous of you fans. You get to see it. Gracie and I don't. I'll be out tomorrow at Cobblestone Auto Spa. Frank Lloyd Wright in Scottsdale at the 101. So Frank Lloyd Wright at the 101 from 10 to noon. Great car wash there. Of course, Operation Home Front for those that have returned from protecting our country with the armed forces and their children. Operation Home Front, bring out a notebook, a backpack, school supply for sons and daughters of our military men and women. And so I'll be out there 10 to noon tomorrow. Get a free car wash if you make a donation, as that one is a strike. And I also have a boatload of autographed items in here and some free tickets to give away. Bobby Parnell.
A hard throwing right-hander.
I don't know, according to Gracie, I think I may be drying and washing your cars out there as well.
Well, yeah, that's nice of you to offer that. That's, for a great cause.
I tell you, you bring enough stuff for the kids, I just might hand wash your car for you. The 1-1. Uh-oh, Reynolds. Did he open up a little bit early? How would you know if that's fair or foul, quite honestly? Did you see how quickly that got out of here?
It was moving at a pretty good velocity.
Davis was on it. Jerry Davis on it. The 1-2. Strike three.
He put the shuck on Mark Reynolds. Mark Reynolds just knew after turning on that fastball that Parnell wouldn't throw him another one. He went right down the middle, and Reynolds was frozen. But credit Parnell. He came right back after the big fella and run him right up. Good pitch.
Stephen Drew focuses in as he steps into the box against Parnell. Right away sees one of those hard fastballs, 98 miles an hour. And it's dropped from out of the seats up above. Down to a fan from Gilbert who's got themselves a souvenir. Welcome. The 0-1. Stevens shot. Legit double play. Yes, it is. Juan Gutierrez, you are on. It seems as if the ninth inning belongs to you, according to manager Kirk Gibson. All eyes on the hard-throwing right-hander. He's got a 2-run lead. Energy All-Star, it's Barry Enright. And really, no questions asked about this one. Also got his,
I was just about to say, his first major league hit and RBI. He's been terrific. Now it's up to Juan Gutierrez to make sure that this special night for Barry Enright remains special.
Gutierrez, last time out, a long ball allowed in San Diego. This is a gentleman that, when all of you kids were getting out for summer, as you can see the numbers, 2 of 4 in save opportunities. On June 8th, Juan Gutierrez and his ERA stood side by side, and Juan had a 10.24 earned run average. Since then, in 14 innings, he's been better. He has given up 5 runs for a 3.21 ERA. But overall, the highest ERAs of relief pitchers qualifying in baseball belong to Chad Qualls, number 1, and Juan Gutierrez, number 2. And let's hope, we've always said, that both have the stuff to do things. I think Qualls still working through his confidence. This is a guy that's pitched better lately overall.
Mets fans starting to make their selves heard. And the D-back fans getting behind Stephen Drew.
No. They're booing the Mets fans. They hope it's hit to Drew. Gutierrez, that's how you start it. Strike 1. The long balls, they have been his kryptonite. 12 home runs allowed this year, more than any relief pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Going right through the teeth of this Mets order, starting with Pagan, then David Wright, Carlos Beltran, and then the rookie sensation, Ike Davis.
Beltran with Howard Johnson over his shoulder looking on. 2-1 the count to Angel Pagan.
Hard throwing Juan Gutierrez, after jumping ahead, throws a couple of curveballs and falls behind.
Brad and Joe hosting the post game. Stick with us. West Diamondbacks Live. Fly ball in the left center field. Racing back is Burrow. Still going. It's one. Two. Diamondbacks still have the lead, but it's oh so slim now. Chris Snyder out to the mound right away.
Another long ball for an opponent off of Juan Gutierrez. This time to the opposite field, a couple of rows deep. And it's now a 3-2 ball game, and Juan Gutierrez, this is his ball game. Nobody getting loose in the Diamondback bullpen.
David Wright is 0 for 3. Slider 1-0 the count. Line to third, struck out, grounded out to third. Buckled him. That was a fabulous pitch. 1-1.
3 outs is all you need. .96 miles an hour, and after that good breaking ball, David Wright was a little bit tardy. A very silent crowd now. A very hopeful, silent crowd.
2-2 the count.
That time he missed badly with a breaking ball.
Pop up off the end of the bat. He threw him a slider. 1 out.
So one very dangerous hitter disposed of. A couple more to go.
Well, as you said, Carlos Beltran now coming back from knee surgery earlier this year. In January, back, healthy, walked, fly to right, popped up to first.
And now only 2 outs is all you need.
Strike one.
That's a good pitch on the outside corner.
18 at bats, no long balls, no RBIs. Strike two.
And that was 95 miles an hour with some good movement on the outside corner. Defensive swing there from Beltran.
In his career, Gutierrez holds right-handers to a 249 clip. Left-handed batters just a tick under 300 against him. In 1-2. Just missed the outside corner with the slider. And I mean just missed it.
Gutierrez wanted it. So did Chris Snyder. It was a little bit outside. I think that was the correct call there from Sam Holbrook, much to the dismay of Kirk Gibson.
Very protective swing. Pardon Enright, pardon Gibson, and pardon these fans if they get a little bit quieter late in the game, maybe a little bit nervous as they hope for a victory. You see the Diamondbacks in the ninth have now been outscored 63-27.
So it's understandable.
The 2-2. Got him! Breaking ball, and down goes Beltran.
One of the best breaking balls we've seen Juan Gutierrez throw this year, Darren. Starts belt high, and then it is gone. That'll make the gang in the third base dugout happy. Now one sensational freshman left between a Diamondback victory and a tie ball game.
And a young man who grew up around baseball with his father, Ron Davis, pitching. Followed the birth of these Diamondbacks as he was a Valley resident, Ike Davis. Breaking ball, strike one. Good to see Gutierrez hang on to that confidence after the homer. So far. The Venezuelan-born right-hander on 0-1. You bet he went around. No balls and 2 strikes.
Well, Davis really cheating for the fastball. Got back-to-back breaking balls. And he's not too happy with the call, but that was an easy call. Now the fans getting very loud here at Chase Field.
Juan wheels and deals. Breaks his bat. That one shoots by his dugout, so he'll get a new piece of lumber.
Well, we'll be out there near Razor Shines. The first base coach. We'll get some new lumber and we'll try it again.
The 0-2. Did he? No, he didn't.
That was a good 0-2 pitch there from Gutierrez. Good discipline there from Mike Davis.
Fastball up and away, 2-2 the count. Diamondbacks thought he went around. Three to 2, they are clinging to the lead. The 2-2. Got it! And under manager Kirk Gibson, for the very first time, the Diamondbacks actually win back-to-back ball games. The first time at home since June 12th and 13th, 29 games ago, that they have won back-to-back games, and they hurt the Mets tonight. This man, good to see with Gutierrez.
Yeah, just an all-around terrific game, especially on the pitching side of things. Barry Enright, the rookie, comes in. Gutierrez made it exciting, but the bottom line is his job tonight was to save the ball game. He did his job.
Enright was fabulous. He is 2-2 in the big leagues. Kirk Gibson showing confidence in his closer, not wavering. And Gibby's squad victorious tonight by a score of 3-2 over the New York Mets. Folks, raise your glasses to the bullpen. A positive night for the Diamondbacks bullpen when they have had such a tough year. Let's get it on out to our post-game set. It's Quest Diamond.